live, and I've missed it, believe me. Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. All of you, hopefully you can hear me. The sound is clear and crisp because we have a very, very important discussion at hand about Tara Devi, also known as Neela Saraswati. Of course, before we begin, let us take a moment to center ourselves because I have a lot of transmissions to give and you have a lot of transmissions to receive, to download. So, deep breath, center yourself. Remember, when you're breathing, you're always breathing with your nose. And then a little prayer to Ganesh. Gananam tva ganpatigum havamahe kavim kavina upama shravastamam jeshtarajam brahmana brahmanaspatayana shunbrunutivi siddha sadhanam mahaganapataye namaha. And you know that Neela Saraswati is also Chishtagadapati's consort. So obviously Ganesh has a very important role to play when we speak about Neela Saraswati. Please share this on the group. If anybody is from our WhatsApp group, then I would... Yes, can you... Yes, I know it's been so long, right? But today we have a lot to discuss. Share this on the group and let's get started. Pratyalidapade ghore mundamala pashovite khadve lambodari bhime Ugratara namostute. So I stumbled a bit over there. So let's start again. Pratyalidapade ghore mundamala pashovite khadve lambodari bhime Ugratara namostute. So we are invoking... Hello, hello, hello. We are invoking Ma Neela Saraswati, Ma Tara, during the most precious Navratri. As you know, I am doing very intense Tara Sadhana this whole Navratri. And of course, fasting, not sleeping, sleeping for a very limited time, resting for a very limited time, speaking very less, and all of that. So a lot of downloads, a lot of realizations, a lot of closeness to the Devi. And I'm going to share with you the downloads that she has given me. Now, before I start, of course, I'm going to sing to you. Now, remember, I'm not a singer, but I will sing to you a little bit of Shama Shungit from Rajanikanto's collection, sung by Panna Lal, if you ever can get, it's in Bengali. And अच्छा तो कोई भी है तो ग्रुप में शेयर कर दो भाई, कोई भी अगर ग्रुप में है, कोई भी, जसमीत तुम तो हो ना ग्रुप में, तुम अगर शेयर कर दोगी तो बहुत अच्छा होगा। तुमने ग्रुप छोड़ दिया क्या ऐसे? ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट। আমি মন্ত্র তন্ত্র কিছুই জানি নে মা, শুধু যা জেনেছি একটু হলো তোরে ডাকার মতো ডাকতে যদি পারি। That was completely off, but please forgive me. I'll explain the meaning. তবে আসবে নে তোর এমন সাধ্য নেই, আমি মন্ত্র তন্ত্র কিছুই jane ne ma. Acha, acha, acha. So, what does this mean? That, oh Divine Mother, I do not know any mantra. I do not know any tantra. I do not know. Acha, acha. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. It means Ma, I don't know mantra, I don't know tantra, I don't know yantra. But all I know in my heart is if I call you with all my devotion, with all my love, with all the fervor that I have in me, I know you will not be able to not acknowledge my call. I know you will come, Ma. So beautiful, right? তোরে ডাকার মতো ডাকতে যদি পারি. That means if I can call you the way you are meant to be called, তবে আসবি নে তোর এমন সাধ্য নেই. That means you dare not come. Not come. You dare not come. Right? So that's beautiful. যদি তোর মন্দিরের দ্বারে মন্দির তোমার লাগি কাঁদি অঝোর ধারে. That means if I stand by the temple and if tears stream down my eyes, যদি তোর ও মন্দিরের দ্বারে তোমার লাগি কাঁদি অঝর ধারে, যদি নয়ন হতে লুপ্ত ভুবন হয়. That means, if I can lose in my tears, if I can lose the material world, if I can lose the madness, the mayhem, madness and civilization, that book of Foucault, that if I can lose all the madness and the civilization that we have created, the social constructs, if my tears can wash that away, যদি নয়ন হতে লুপ্ত ভুবন হয়, সেই সে অশ্রুতেই, মানে my tears will wipe away. লুপ্ত means like missing. If I lose the sight of the world, those tears wash away all the conditioning, all the pathos, the grief, the lust, right? লুপ্ত ভুবন হয় সেই সে অশ্রুতেই, তবে আমার কাছে আসবি নে তোর এমন সাধ্য নেই. That means you cannot refuse me. If I can stand by that door of the temple, if I can cry those tears that will wash away the tsunami of tears, that will wash away all my greed, my lust, my lower self, then Ma, you will have to come. You will have to reveal yourself to me. What a beautiful thing to say. আমি মন্ত্র তন্ত্র কিছুই জানি না, মা. I don't know anything. And I've told you guys many times, with the Dasha Mahavidyas, a connection of the heart, not only Dasha Mahavidyas, with Tantra, with any deity, the connection of the heart is the most important. If you cannot establish a connection with the Devata or the Devi, then don't bother doing, like you may be doing Nyas, you may be doing, Viniyog, Dhyan, Mantra, trying to hold meditation, doing Purashcharan of, lakhs and lakhs of mantras. Nothing will happen. But if you activate that heart connection with the Devata, if you can activate that heart connection with Neela Saraswati, you don't need anything. Alright? You don't need anything. So that is so beautiful to think that you can connect to the goddess in such a profound manner, right? জানি আমার অনেক আছে দোষ, তবু মাগো তোমায় ভালোবাসি. What does this mean? I know I am full of faults. I know I am full of, you know, things that lower my vibration. But all I know is that I love you. I love you in a really profound way. I love you with all my heart. I love you with all my soul, because I am here experiencing this moment, being alive, sharing in this, the splendid, magnificent creation of yours. And I could not be more thankful. I could not be more grateful. জানি আমার অনেক আছে দোষ, তবুও মাগো শুধু তোমায় ভালোবাসি. যদি হ্যাঁ, আমি নয়ন মুদেও দেখতে সদাই পাই তোমারই ওই ভুবন মোহন হাসি. That means even when I close my eyes, all I can see is your mysterious, all-encompassing, omniscient, omnipresent smile. Look at that smile. That even when I close my eyes, all I can see is that beautiful smile of yours, my goddess. আমি যা করি মা সবই তোমার কাজ, আমার বলতে লাগে লাজ. That means every single thing that I do all day is nothing but you acting through me. It's not me. I'm ashamed to say it is me. That's why I always teach my Dasha Mahavidya students that at the end of the day, before you go to sleep, you come in front of, whoever you're initiated in, whichever Vidya, Kali, Tara, Soroshi. You come and tell her that I've been doing jap, I've lived today with all the good sanskar, I have remembered you, I have loved you, and I have done all this jap all day and also on my asan, and now I give it to you. I give you the jap, the punya of the jap, ma, I give you. Alright, and I've been doing this for ages. Believe me, it is really effective. Your jap will be super energized, so keep that in mind. যদি সকল ছেড়ে ঠাঁই চেয়েছি চরণ তলাতেই, তবে চিরজীবন রইবে দূরে এমন সাধ্য নেই. That means that if I give up every single desire, and the most prominent desire that I have is to find a little place in your charan. I don't think you can see the charan. In fact, a lot of people have wanted to know how to do charan puja of Matara. I will be doing a video on that soon. So the song is like, if I give up all my desires and hope to find a little spot at your feet, then I do not believe you can stay away from me, because that is my genuine desire, karma, my desire. And everything moves because of desire. Everything is rooted in desire. You and me are here because of desire, right? You and me are here because of desire. In fact, you're watching this very video because you desire to know more about the goddess. So desire, or calm, being the propelling force, that if my desire is to find a little spot at your feet, then it is not possible that you will refuse me. So it's so profound, because when you think about Tantra, when you think about mantra, yantra, there's so many rules and regulations out there, with so many gurus tooting their own system, saying, oh, you have to learn this, or you have to learn that, or you have to do this, you have to come back every month and, take a course from me, or you have to be on a list, circulating list, where you have to know about this, you have to know about that. But look what Rajanikanto, in his realizations about 100 years ago, more than 100, has said that you don't need Tantra, you don't need mantra, you don't need anything if you can establish a heart connection with Shakti. If you manage to do that, then there's nothing that you do not. Where is it? The package? Oh, okay. Then you do not need anything else. All right. So that is so profound. Now, what does this mean? The theme is of surrender. The theme is not to let your monkey brain chitter chatter and continuously probe at it. Like, I have some people in my group who want to know this, what will happen if I do the workshop, what will happen if I do that. I mean, honestly, this is not something that you should even ask what will happen. If you don't have that kind of love, if you don't have that kind of faith and surrender, then don't bother, don't bother. Just find something you're really excited to do and do that. With all the fervor, with all the passion that you can muster, do that. It'll be more effective than doing puja that, you are just here to get something out of it. This is not I'll do your puja, devta or devi, what will you give me? If you think like that, then just forget it. Don't bother, don't waste time. Because you are wasting massive time, not only of yours, but you are wasting cosmic time of your other avatars. So if you do not want to surrender, if you do not want intimacy, Tantra is nothing but intimacy with Devata, which is why I guess the sexual angle of Tantra and how people are trying to portray Neo Tantra and such subsects is ultimately the greatest tantrics are extremely intimate with their Devi or their Devta. Without that level of intimacy, without that level of surrender, don't bother, Learn something else. Do something, paint. It'll be more effective than you trying to get something out of it. You've got to stop trying to get things out of our spiritual practice. It's not a give and take. It's not a transaction. It's not a negotiation. It is unconditional love. And if you have not realized that, and if you're all the time negotiating, all the time, even with sankalpas, when I see students who have higher propensities, like, they resonate at a higher frequency, I always tell them, don't take any sankalpa, because I don't take any sankalpa unless I'm doing a puja for somebody. For myself, I've never taken a sankalpa. All right? So yeah, if my daughter's sick, I'll say, Ma, please, my daughter's sick. But you already know that, right? But then again, touch wood, my daughter does not get sick. My animal is sick. I have a very sick cat in the house. So in that I also just tell my goddess, that I surrender, because I know that you are in death as much as you are in life. Death is not a separate experience. I cannot, revere life and then, vilify death or be afraid of death. This process of Tantra is exceedingly intimate. It is about It is about being intimate, okay, with your Devata, with your Ishta Devi or Devata. It's not transactional. It's not about asking somebody, hey, what was your experience? Because that person's experience will never be your experience. So these are few things I would like everybody to know. Of course, there are many people now in the world who want to learn Tantra. Not just Hindus, but many other people. So for those people who are getting into this, I'll tell you this much, that don't learn this as a transaction. This is not a transaction. This is total surrender. And if you do not feel that intimacy, if you do not feel that surrender, then do not bother. Then now some people start, oh my God, I started Tara Sadhana and I started to get bloodlust, or I want to eat meat, right? I mean, hello, then you want to eat meat, because I'm doing Tara Sadhana for over 4 decades, like I've told you. And I, in fact, became a vegetarian first at the age of 15 in a totally non-vegetarian house. And then ultimately, by the time I hit 21, I became a vegan. And I did not, in fact, when I was pregnant, everybody around me was, oh my God, you've grown up and your parents gave you non-vegetarian and now you're pregnant and I'm sure you're craving for meat or you're craving for fish, because you're Bengali. I'm like, no, I'm not. I have zero cravings for fish, meat. In fact, I see them as life. I can't consume them. I don't have any bloodlust in me. So, see how people are always, Tara is everything. Tara is bloodlust. Tara is sattvic tendencies. So this polarization, people need to understand and people need to stop. Because Tara Ma is not going to make you bloodthirsty, or Tara Ma is not going to push you towards eating non-veg. It's because you want to eat non-veg, you're just blaming that on your sadhana. Or you want to feel aggressive, so you're saying, oh, I'm doing a pair of sadhana and I'm going to go take it out on someone. No, I do pair of sadhana. And I will say I'm a very non-violent person. I exemplify the ahimsa. So no, Tantra is intimacy. Tantra is a connection to the pulse of life. That pulse is Shiva Shakti. That pulse is everything. And when you're connected to that pulse, you cannot be having feelings of bloodlust. You cannot have feelings of destruction. You do not want to put a maran or uchatan or vashikaran spell on anyone, because you see life for what it is, a dance of Shiva Shakti. And you want to preserve that purity. You want to preserve that love, that surrender that you have in your heart. So, people saying, oh, all tantrics doing animal sacrifice. Do they not realize that animal is Tara? What are you sacrificing the animal? Yeah, animal sacrifice is a symbol of your lower self. And some people come up and say, oh, in my tradition, I have to do it. Well, if your tradition is Pashu Vritti, then yeah, you have to do it. If your tradition makes you an animal, then yeah, you are, because animals kill animals. But elevated humans will not want to kill anyone. They live by ahimsa, because they realize that everything is Tara. Everything is Mata Neela Saraswati. Everything. They don't want to hurt anything or anyone. They don't want to create any karma. They just want to help, because they feel her kindness. Because it is Shakti who wants to create. That is why we are Shakti's children. It is Shakti who wants to sustain us. Look at the story of Chinnamasta. She rips out her head to feed Jaya Vijaya. I mean, couldn't Jaya Vijaya wait till they got home after Durga takes a bath, and couldn't they just wait like any normal child would? But no, they insisted that no, I'm hungry. And I know as a mother, if my cats are hungry, if my baby is hungry, there's nothing in my mind but, oh my God, I need to feed them. I need to cook. I need to do this. There's nothing else that I want. And that feeling is the feeling of Tara. That feeling of protection, of nurturing, of caring is Neela Saraswati. So don't blame your lower propensities on Tantra, Mantra, Devi or Dasha Mahavidyas. This is the act of total surrender. In fact, if anything, this sadhana makes you sattvic. This sadhana removes you from bloodlust. This sadhana removes you from tamas. No matter how tamasic you might have been in life, but this, if you do sadhana correctly, then you are removed from that tamasic energy frequency, and you start rising and you come more towards the raja side and then slowly towards the sattvic side. I'm not saying tamas is all bad, but you don't need to spend your life in tamas, You've done, been there, done that. Now you need to rise up. So this is very important. Intimacy, dedication, devotion, love, and surrender of all thoughts, all actions, all emotions to Devi. This is the correct way to call upon Matara. This is the correct way to call upon Matara. Now, Tara, the second Mahavidya, has 8 forms. It's known as Ashtatara. Again, Uchishta Ganapati is the 8th form of Ganapati. His consort is Neela Saraswati, who is one of the Taras. Alright, so Ashtataras, Ek Jatatara, Ugratara, Mahogratara, Kameshwari Tara, Chamundatara, Neela Saraswati Tara, Vajratara, Bhadrakali Tara. So now all the forms of this Ashtatara, Ugratara and Mahogratara cannot be worshipped by Grihastis. When I was doing Pratyali Pade Ghore Mundamala Pashovite Khadve Lambodare Ugratara Namostute. So Ugratara is not an energy that can be worshipped by Grihastis. Okay, definitely no. So Chamunda, yes, can be worshipped, but you must know the correct way to worship. Most people are doing Om Aim Reem Kleem Chamundaya Vicha, and they don't even know that the real pronunciation is not actually Aim. Alright, so the correct pronunciations, and Chamunda has to be invoked first with a beach. And only then, once you Navarna mantra is not for everyone. So if you are doing Om Aim Reem Shreem Chamunda Vicha without knowing or without proper initiation, then you are actually doing Hite Biporit. That means complications may come about. So be very careful with the Navarna mantra. Now, as Ek Jata Tara, she provides liberation. Isn't that beautiful? As Ugra Tara, she provides us relief from the miseries. Ugra Tara, I told you, wrathful emanations, or they always dispel ignorance and miseries. As Mahogra Tara, she gives us deep gyan. Kameshwari, she gives us the right desires. And also Grihastis, Kameshwari is also a name for Tripura Sundari. So thereby you know how closely Tripura Sundari is actually connected. Many people ask me, who is this goddess? Who is that goddess? Goddess is one. Goddess is one, Parashakti. Durga is the Mool Tattva of Parashakti. And Durga becomes different Mahavidyas or Siddha Vidyas or Vidyas. or Chamunda or Yoginis. The Mool Tattva is Durga. And remember that the goddess is one. Whether you worship her as Kali, you worship her as Tara, you worship her as Sodashi, you worship her as Bhuvaneshwari, Devi is one. Okay? They're not like, oh, so many goddesses. They are not different. That's what ignorant people think. But the true tantric knows that goddess is one. And that Parashakti is not different to Shiva. In fact, without Shakti, Shiva is Shava. So, Grihasthas, as I said, worship of Tara should be not in the Ugra form, unless you are a very high resonating. Pashu Vritti people definitely know, not through. In fact, Pashu Vritti people in Dakshinachara are not given Tara Vidya at all. Alright, Veeras are given Tara Vidya where they do Panchamakaras, and there are of course Daivya Tara sadhaks that do the Panchamakaras through Samayachar tradition. So we'll get to that. Best form of Tara to worship is Neel Saraswati. And this is not only for Grihasthis, this is also for Sannyasis. Sannyasis too. The best form of Tara to worship for all is Neel Saraswati. Keep that in mind. She's also called Aniruddh Saraswati. She's also called Tarini. And these forms are mentioned in Brihat Neel Tantra and Devi Rahasya, two stupendously important texts when it comes to Devi worship. This pulse of animation, the animating principle is Shakti. Now, Neel Saraswati is the Devi of ultimate wisdom. She's the source of mantras. She's the source of knowledge. She's the source of music. And it's so very similar to the archetype of Matangi. Why? Because they are one and the same. Neel Saraswati and Matangi are not different deities. They're not different Devis. It's just when you are doing Neel Saraswati Puja, you invoke her as with the ring, string, hum, phat. And when you are praying to Matangi, Kamini Ranjini Swaha, or through the Bij mantra Aim. Again, Aim is not the correct pronunciation. The correct pronunciation is only revealed during Diksha. Alright, so that. Now, Neel Saraswati, Bagla and Matangi are all aspects of the Devi that deal with sound science. Neela Saraswati gives us mastery over sound. Speech is sound. So worship of Neel Saraswati gives us mastery over speech. When you speak, people listen. Alright, so that is something that comes. Bagla is the goddess of the dramatic pauses. You know, when you're an actor and you just keep on giving dialogues, you don't know when to take your dramatic pause, then you're not, in fact, a very good actor. The actor knows when to pause. Without that dramatic pause, the meaning of say a dialogue or you know, the words that you're speaking is never going to be clear. Somebody who speaks well, a good orator, knows all about the dramatic pause, the stambhan of speech, to better realize the connotation of the words. To exemplify the dialogue, you must take the dramatic pause. Okay? Now, music is also sound. That's why even though I don't practice really, but I feel that if I can give time to practicing music like Shama Shungit and all that, oh my God, some moron is calling me. Then I will be able to actually sing. I understand. I used to learn singing when I was a kid, but I don't practice. But I love singing. I love singing, especially devotional songs to the goddess. I sing every day to her, okay? Even if it's just 2 lines, even if it is just 2 lines. So Neela Saraswati Uchishta Matangi can be realized, can be felt through sound vibrations. And it is their magic, their sound magic, that keeps us in the matrix, in the samsara. Alright? Mesmerizing us. Neela Saraswati and Matangi are very mesmeric, very enchanting aspects of the feminine, very enchanting aspects of the feminine. Did you know that humans detect sound in a frequency range, right? 20 hertz to 20k hertz. That is the audible spectrum as we know it. Now, when you do sadhana of Uchishta Matangi or Neela Saraswati, the audible spectrum is increased. You hear frequencies that you do not hear if you don't do sadhana. And this, my friend, I tell you from experience. So sound becomes really important. Now, many of you have asked me about Karna Pishachini Sadhana. And I made a video about Karna Pishachini Sadhana, I think a few years ago. Maybe 3-4 years ago, I had made a long video on Karna Pishachini Sadhana. Today I'll tell you that what is Karna Pishachini. When you worship Matangi or Uchishta Matangi as Karna Pishachini, she gives us information in our ears. Karna Pishachini whispers in our ears. It's very interesting. Because Matangi Sadhana as Karna Pishachini makes us hear frequencies and more, and reveals to us more of the acoustic spectrum. We don't know what the hell is going on. We hardly see all the light frequencies, We hardly hear all the sound frequencies. There's just so much going on that we have no idea about, right? But this Karna Pishachini Sadhana, it enhances the acoustic frequency. The audible range is greatly enhanced. The sounds coalesce as thought forms. So all of this, the sadhana that you're doing, it opens you up to frequencies. And the frequencies are not whispering anything to you, but they come to us as thought forms. And they coalesce, these acoustic frequencies, when they meet our brain frequencies, they coalesce as thought forms. And we know, okay, this is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. And that's how the sadhaka can predict the future through Karna Pishachini Sadhana. And Karna Pishachini is actually none other than Neela Saraswati or Uchishta Matangi, one and the same Karna Pishachini. And I have spent a long time, many years, I have done Karna Pishachini Sadhana and Mahapishachini Sadhana, of course, because I have been doing Pishachini, Mahapishachini, Uchishta Chandalini Sadhana for a long time. So this sound frequencies, they come to me and they interact with my consciousness, and they suggest to me thought forms. And these thought forms, they kind of tell me the narrative that I need to know. So this is the secret of Karna Pishachini Sadhana. It's very interesting. Now when you think about it, our voice is our personality, right? When you think about a very distinctive voice, I mean, who can I think about? Say for instance, if you watch the sitcom, the 90s sitcom Friends, and then you might have, seen Janice, right? She was a side character. But we cannot forget Janice because of a distinctive laughter. Like, right? Voice. It was extremely distinctive. Like you hear that voice and your eyes are closed, that's Janice from Friends. So same thing with you and me. The voice is our personality. And I'm not saying that mute people don't have any personality. I'm saying that they do. But when we talk about the normal world, when you walk into an interview and you sit down and, you open your mouth and you say something, that's the deal clincher, right? That's the deal maker or the deal breaker. Because, I've seen like really gorgeous looking people. They look beautiful, like, and you wonder, my God, what do they sound like, right? You always wonder that, and they come and they open their mouth and you're like, oh my God, let me run. I don't know if that's happened to you, but that's happened to me, all right? So it's the looks, yes, of course, are very important, how you come across and, what you look like. But the voice, really, is it. It's your personality. It's how, people perceive you. Whether you talk about the Western persona, right? The voice is a very important part of the persona. The Purusha. In Eastern traditions, okay, the Purusha is kind of like Narayan. And Narayana or Krishna had a mellifluous voice. Even the playing of the flute. See again, sound magic. All that is sound magic. In fact, the voice shows us what kind of people are we? How learned are we? How are we brought up? What are our ideas? What kind of a person? You can understand if you listen to someone carefully, of course. If you listen to them, you can understand a lot about them. A lot about them. Try this out. Okay, try this out. It really works. It's very effective. And all our characteristics basically is somehow embedded in the sound that comes out from us. That is why singers, you need to do Matangi, Chishta Matangi, or Neela Saraswati Sadhana for sure. Lawyers, oh, thank God. I thought, boom, we are the hey. That. So, the voice says a lot. The voice discloses a lot. And thereby all the people who make money, speakers, communicators, teachers, the sadhana is really important for you. Sound is nothing but energy. Sound is nothing but energy. In fact, reality is created through sound, the primordial sound, Om. All right? Now, sound frequencies, they create shapes. If you've seen any cymatics or cymatics, C-Y-M-A-T-I-C-S, cymatics, that's what I say. It is when they study sound by, maybe placing some sand on a table, and right under it there are speakers, and they play all these frequencies, and the sand starts to create shape. In fact, Masaru Emoto did the very same thing. He played frequencies to water molecules, and then he went on photographing that, and macro photography, and it was really, really interesting how objects would react with sound. Of course, think about this, that I tell you that you're worthless, you're useless, just go away, I hate you. How are you going to feel? But if I tell you that, wow, you're so beautiful, wow, that was amazing, And you'd be like, wow, you'd be happy, you'd be encouraged, you'd be inspired. So what comes out of our mouths, what comes out of from within us, has the potential power to build someone up or to destroy someone. So also sadhana of Neela Saraswati makes you very particular about the words you use, makes you very choosy about not only the words you use, but your communication style. Some people are just so blunt and crude, and they alienate other people, they alienate their friends, they alienate family. For them also, this sadhana is actually very, very beneficial. Keep that in mind. In Tara Ashtakam and Brihat Neel Tantra, we get a description of Neela Saraswati. Alright? And Neela Saraswati is actually absolutely beautiful. Here also, when I was reciting to you, Pratyalida Pade Ghore Munda Malap Shovite Khadve Lambodari Bhime Ugra Tara Namostute. So Tara in all the forms is standing in the Pratyalida pose. That means the left leg is out, extended on Shiva's chest, on Devadidev Mahadev's chest. Pratyalida. Alright? In fact, I love this beautiful little dhyan mantra actually. So Neela Saraswati has a lot of very interesting things. Let me just try to find in my diary a few descriptions, Kameshwari. We have just so much to talk about, honestly, when it comes to the Dasha Mahavidyas. It's so sad that I can barely come live, but there's just so much to say. I mean, I will never run out of content to make in my life. There's just so much. So Neela Saraswati is actually the most popular form of Tara. And if you have children, if you take a printout of Ma Neela Saraswati, it's a bit scary to look at Ma Neela Saraswati. If you're not a Hindu and your children have not grown up with the imagery, then it might be scary for you. But I grew up with all of this imagery, so for me it was very organic. But having a picture of Neela Saraswati in the Pratyalida pose on their desk, and if the children can do one mala of Neela Saraswati Bij every single day before studying. Pranayam, if you ask me what's the best way, then pranayam and then one mala of Bij mantra. But it's difficult to do. My daughter will not do it, and even though I've initiated her, she will come sit with me. My daughter has been initiated. She'll come sit with me, do her mantra that I've given her on my Rudraksha mala, and this is 54 beads. So she always prefers the 54 beads so she can quickly finish off and go 108 beads. No, I'm not going to do it. So I understand how children are, but if you can convince your son or daughter to do pranayam, basic, just samanya pranayam, just hold your breath in, slow exhale, and then one mala of Tara Beach, that's it, and sit down and study. Facing east. You must always face east when you're studying. All the kids on my channel who are giving competitive exams, I have many students who are studying for big competitive exams, and you guys know I always tell you the same thing. Neela Saraswati photo, face east and study. Okay, after you do one mala of her Bij mantra. Very simple, very, very simple. So remember that. Her form is fierce, and she makes, actually Neela Saraswati Stotram, She is described as fierce and makes exceptional sounds. That frequency I told you that we cannot hear. This is what Neela Saraswati reveals. The frequencies. She subjugates all enemies. She destroys all sins of the devotee, of the sadhak. And she has a braid of matted hair, jata. He's jata dhari. Ek jata, of course, one jata. But Ma Neela Saraswati is also jata dhari. And worship gives intelligence, wisdom, fame, and poetic skills. She can be very fierce too, just like very, very ugra. Alright? And she likes the singing. In Neela Saraswati Stotram, she says, Hroom, 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 Hroom. She likes this. So, very, very interesting. And another thing in Tara Ashtakam of Brihat Neel Tantra, they say that it's written there that she rings a loud bell. My bell is there, so otherwise I would be ringing it. She rings a loud bell, and we worship her through ululations. In Bengalis we do when we do arti. I can't do it as well as my mom, but you get the gist, right? Through ululations, these sounds. I think even indigenous cultures, like, I think some tribes or people do that, but this ululation is a very sacred way of awakening the Neela Saraswati energy. I do this every evening. My neighbors possibly think I'm nuts, but I mean, then I am, right? So, yeah. And many people say that, Neela Saraswati rings the bell to scare enemies. It is not so. The bell is a symbol of the sounds she reveals to us, of the spectrum that is above the auditory range. So this is very, very interesting. But many people, many tantrics will tell you that bell is to scare enemies. Because their understanding of Neela Saraswati's sound science, the spectrum, the auditory spectrum, the frequencies that one can play with, then again, each tantric works with their own level of understanding, with the vritti they are born in. Either they are Pashu vritti, they are Veer vritti, or they are Deva vritti. So depending upon that, their understanding of each devata, of each ritual. So many tantrics on YouTube. And I mean, firstly, I don't really listen to any of the tantrics on YouTube, because they don't interest me, to tell you the truth. Absolute truth, they don't interest me. But I can tell the gunas, the vritti, meaning gunas. Who is a Deva guna? Who is a Veer guna? Right? Rajasic guna. Who is a Tamasic guna? And most people are Tamasic. I mean, sadly, the world of Tantra, Mantra, Yantra, I mean, nowadays, it is become a sham. On YouTube, you will find people doing podcasts, people who have no idea of the system, people who are like just obviously funded by political parties. Suddenly they will, rise to fame and become household names and have millions of subscribers, although their knowledge quotient, I mean, it's all right for the masses, honestly, because the masses only want that basic fare, right? But the depth of understanding doesn't interest me. Most of the tantrics, I mean, I don't watch anybody on YouTube for tantra mantra to learn anything. I can't, because it just doesn't interest me. They have nothing new to say. It is just rehashing. I mean, if you watched one person, then you know what everybody else is saying. But when I talk to you about, why am I talking to you about Neela Saraswati and sound frequencies and auditory range? Because this is what Karn Pishachini does, and you will not hear anybody tell you this, because this is not written in any book. It's years of study, living with the system, understanding, interpreting. And I like the complexity. I'm not a person, you cannot just give me something and I will accept it and be like, oh, it's so simple. I don't like simple things, which in itself can be bad, I know, because, at the end of the day, simplicity is best. I will understand it in all its complexity and I will break it down in a simplified manner. But honest to God, the kind of content is so simplistic that it is laughable. But then again, it's Navratri, so I don't want to go there and, say anything bad about anyone. That's not what I intend to do. But all I'm saying is that this system has become like, again, so shallow. And I think that shift needs to come when we look at the subject more deeply, more profoundly, related to our lives. Not just look at it like, oh, if I do Tantra, I'm going to do Vashikaran on my girlfriend, or I'm going to, get this property because I've done an Uchchatan spell. This is all mundane bullshit, time waste. Don't waste your time, honestly. But try to understand how your body reacts to the mantra. When you're doing a mantra, watch yourself. Is there a change? Is there a change in the way you speak? Is there a change in the look in your eye? Is there a change in the way you come across to people? Are people noticing? Is there a change in your emotional states? Can you control them better? And Tantra, true Tantrics are fearless. And that's something I can say. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. I'm not afraid. I'm very compassionate, I'm very kind, I'm very forgiving, very loving. But I'm not afraid. You can't scare me. Because I'm a Shakti worshipper. What will I be afraid of? I'm not afraid of anything. I can go in the dark. I have been going all this Navratri days, much to the chagrin of my husband, but I can go, I can sit in the dark, all alone, outside, by the lake. And I've never had anything happen to me. And I mean, if it does, it does. We can't live our lives being scared. I'm not scared. I never was scared. I will deal with what comes in front of me and I will solve it. That is what I have got. Have I asked her for money or looks or fame or, Instagram or Facebook subscribers? No. I have asked her for these higher qualities that each day I realize as I go into greater depth with myself, that each day she reveals something new to me. Each day I realize something more, something more. And that to me is when magic truly begins. Because why are we learning Tantra? To better our lives, yeah, but we're also, for me, it's about understanding cosmic secrets. It's about helping my students. And I pray for my students every day, or my clients. And praying for them feels good. I'm going to pray for myself. So that, that's quite interesting. Now, Tara is Shabda Brahman, which I've explained. Shabda Brahman being Om. And I've already explained to you who else shares this Bij mantra. Mahadev himself and Ganesh. So you immediately understand that Tara is the feminine side of Ganesh and Shiv. Ganesh and Mahadev, the feminine side of Shabda Brahman, is Tara or Neela Saraswati. In sound science, Om is the supreme Ishvara. Neela, Saraswati and Uchishta Ganapati are female and male polarities of Shabda Brahman. So are Kameshwar and Kameshwari. Now, we know that Kameshwari is Lalita Tripura Sundari. So you understand that that Lalita Tripura Sundari is none other than Neela Saraswati actually. And of course, Lalita Tripura Sundari is also Kamakhya and Sodashi, the third Vidya. Now, many people do not consider her to be Mahavidya, but I consider Lalita Tripura Sundari to be Mahavidya. As Kali is a wrathful, Ugra version, Kali is the electromagnetism, Tara is sound, and Tripura Sundari is light. So, this different spectrums of light. That's why. I mean, it's so interesting when you really look at these Dasha Mahavidya mysteries in greater depth. It's fascinating, and I could do this the whole day literally. It's so fascinating. Now, Tara, Neel Saraswati, Uchishta Matangi, Lalita Tripura Sundari, these forms give very quick mantra siddhi. Very quick mantra siddhi. In fact, Tara is a Devi who is common to both the Kuls, Shri Kul and Kali Kul. Okay, we worship Tara and Shri Kul and Kali Kul. Very, very interesting. In Kali Yuga, Neel Saraswati and Uchishta Matangi are the quickest to respond. Quickest to respond. I mean, I'll tell you that just by doing Abhishekam Snanam of Charan Jugal, one can get everything that they desire, manifest everything that they desire, the Charan Jugal. And I have with me available my Charan Jugal, which I will show you. This is my Charan Jugal. I also have them available for sale. So if you're interested to buy, you can drop me an email or a text. And just doing Abhishek on my Charan Jugal, you know, and I'll tell you with what also. You can use Ganga Jal if you don't have anything else. You can use milk if you're, if you use milk. But make sure it's cow's milk, not packeted milk. If it's ghee cow milk, then it is the best. Ghee cow milk. Then of course, honey, shahad. You can use honey abhishekam with this. Alta. Alta is that red liquid. I don't have it with me here, but Alta. I'll make a separate video showing you guys how to do seva of Charan Jugal. Wait. Alta, sugarcane, Gangajal. All of this you can use. Right? And when you're doing you need to keep this on a copper plate. You do the seva, pada seva, and after the pada seva, you take a towel, gamcha, what we call. You wipe her feet and you put them back on the asan, and then one mala of Gurumukhi mantra is enough to bring you the anugraha of Ma Neel Saraswati. One mala, or just even Tara Gayatri. Om Hum Tara Vai Vidmahi Mahaugra Vai Dhimahi Tanno Devi Prachodayat. So even when you are doing the Abhishekam, you can just bow. And if you are not Dikshit, then don't use beach. Don't say Om Hum Tara Vai. Then just do Om Tara Vai Vidmahi Mahaugra Vai Dhimahi Tanno Devi Prachodayat. If you have received Diksha, you can do Humkar. Om Hum Tara Vai Vidmahi Mahaugra Vai Dhimahi Tanno Tara Prachodayat. By just chanting Tara Gayatri, you can do Pada Seva. Now, Pada Seva is a very quick way to get Anugraha of Devi. Very quick way to get Anugraha of Devi. And if you have a Jupiter, that's your Atmakaraka, or a main planet Jupiter, or if you are, say, Sagittarius, or if you're Pisces, moon ascendant, whatever, if you have a Jupiter is an important planet for you, or even if you have an afflicted Jupiter, and say you have a bad Jupiter and you're going through Jupiter Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, then just this Charan Seva, you can keep a small picture. You don't need a Vigraha, because Vigraha is not for everybody. Don't need a Vigraha. You keep, if you have a Yantra, Tara Yantra, or a picture, and Charan Jugal in front, and you just do this Seva every single day. And for those who can't do it every single day, just only on Thursdays during the Hora of Jupiter. And you will see great benefits, great benefits. Neela Saraswati contains all power of mantras, and all wisdom is inside of her. And you can get her anugraha or grace without any tantra, mantra, yantra. As I said at the beginning of the video, connect with her through your anahat. Connect with her through your heart. Give a seat in your heart. Tell her, Ma, sit here. Ma, be with me. Don't need anything else. Now, worship of Uchishta Ganapati gets you in her good graces. So this is a very important thing, that even Lalita Tripura Sundari, without Uchishta Ganapati, the puja is never, Lalita Tripura Sundari and Avarana pujas are not complete. At the end, you must recite the Sahasranam of Uchishta Ganapati to conclude the puja. So, the Navavran puja. So, you can start off by doing Uchishta Ganapati Sadhana and Charanjugal Seva, which will give you a lot of stuff. Also, what Uchishta Ganapati and Uchishta Matangi together, Hasti Pishachi Lighe Swaha, what it does, it shifts your thoughts, your emotional states, and dispels the muck of the material world. There's just so much crap, right? So you can get rid of that. Neela Saraswati, Uchishta Ganapati connect you to your speech, your actions. Correct your speech. They correct your actions. Connect also, because if you're connected to your speech, then you speak correctly. You come up with the right words. Okay. And of course, corrects your actions and helps you realize the four Purusharthas: Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. Alright? By using her sound energy, you can manifest anything, change misfortune. Right? Just that hunkar. Even if you take Diksha and only hunkar, even that is so powerful for Neela Saraswati sadhana. Because she is Om. Verily the essence of everything. Alright? Chandogya Upanishad states, Om is the best of all existence. So in my words, I call Om the source code. Om is the source code. Alright? And if you know about anything about computer lingo, there's a mother code, right? In computer lingo. And there's an executable code. Right? The mother code and an executable code. And that allows the computer to perform a certain task. It's a list of instructions, really. And it is extracted from the source code. So you cannot get executable code without source code. So you cannot live your life without that source code. So if you want a proper set of executable codes to run your computer of your life, then you must be tuned into source, because that is the mother code. That is where you will get the list of your executable codes from. That's how you will manifest. That's how you will create. So you understand how that works. It's very interesting. Everything returns to Om. Everything returns to Uchishta Ganapati, Uchishta Matangi, Uchishta Ganapati and Neela Saraswati. If you understand Tara Tattva as Om Tattva, as Shabda Brahman, then you will worship her as Om Tattva and you will receive everything. Omkar and Humkar. Omkar and Humkar. Two very important ways to reach Tara. Omkar and Humkar. Neela Saraswati is the body of the soul. Sound manifests as genders in physical bodies, male, female. So now, sound manifests as genders. Did you know that? So you know that what we see around us, the ambiguity with genders, male, female. I'm born a woman, a girl, but I want to be a man. You are born a man, you want to be a woman. So this kind of sexual ambiguity is happening because of a severance with Om. And this is happening in really young children. Young children want to have sex change operations. Young children want to take hormones because of their severance with Om Tattva, because of the frequency range that is reaching to them. They're not happy, they are bored. They want something new, they want something different. They don't like their faces, they don't like their breasts if they are girls, they don't like their member if they are boys. They want change. It's because of a deep-rooted dissatisfaction that they have because of the severance with Om Tattva. Sound, when it manifests as energy, it becomes Agni, Vayu, Surya. When sound manifests as deities, it becomes Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Rudra. Sound, when it manifests as fire, it becomes three fires: Jataragni, the fire of digestion, Ahavanya, which is Ahavanya Agni, which is a fire of Havan, and the fire of the funeral pyre. We Hindus, we don't bury our dead, we burn our dead. And when we burn on the funeral pyre, that is when, and it makes a lot of sound. I really need some kind of clip. It's been lost and I forget every single time to do something about it. And then when I'm back doing videos, I'm like, oh my God, I needed a clip. Okay. So as I was saying that the funeral pyre, ultimately Jataragni, digestion, Havanagni, and the fire of the funeral pyre. Neela Saraswati or Tara is Smashan Vasini. Smashan Vasini. So is Ma Kali. So is Ma Tripura Sundari. Smashan Vasini. All of them. And she stands in Pratyalida pose. Right? Pratyalida. Padam Ghore Mundamala Pashovite. So in Pratyalida pose, her left leg is extended forward, which I mentioned already. Now, right, this is very interesting. Why the left leg? And why do people say that Tara cannot be worshipped in Dakshinachar but must be worshipped in Vamachar? Nobody knows that. Ask some tantric out there, anybody who asks them that why is Tara worshipped only in Vamachar. Maybe if they are knowledgeable, they'll tell you, Vashisht, he did 10,000 years of jap and he couldn't please Tara. Then he went to Brahma, and then Brahma said, now go to Kamakhya and start doing Tara Sadhana, she'll appear to you. So he goes to Kamakya, starts 10,000 years of sadhana, still nothing. So at the end of it, he's so upset that he is ready to take Ganga Jal from Kamundal and curse Tara. And that's when Tara appears and says, I cannot be worshipped by Dakshinachar. You can only worship me through Vamachar. And you must go to Mahachin, which is not China, it is Tibet. So many people on YouTube saying China, China, China. No, it's not. It's Mahachin, which is Tibet. So Vashisht boom goes to Tibet and meets Vishnu in the incarnation of Buddha, and Buddha teaches him the real meaning of Vamachar. Now I will tell you why Tara receives only Vamachar Puja. And what is Vamachar? Not Matsya, meat, Mamsa, Maithon, no. Listen very carefully. In Pratyalila pose, her left leg is extended forward. The right leg or the right hand is a symbol of Pavitri Marg, which is extroversion, materialism. The left hand and the left leg is a symbol of Nivritti Marg, which is surrender, the path of spirituality. Pavitri, Nivitri. So you cannot approach Tara in the Pavitri Marg, which is through the right hand. You can only approach Tara through the left hand, which is Vamachar, which is Nivritti Marg, which is the path of spirituality, which is the path of true renunciation. Only then do you become Vamachari. Left hand also symbolizes the path of the feminine, by the way. Did you know that? Most Vamachari tantrics were females, not males, not what you understand as Vamachara today. No, Vamachari tantrics were priestesses, high, powerful women tantrics who didn't want to teach this path to men because they realized that men want hegemony. That's why in places like Tiriya, where tantrikis like Lona Chamadi live, they don't allow men in, men are not allowed. So that's why Tara receives Vamachar, because she is of Nivritti Marg, spiritual marg. Only when you walk, Fola, Fol, quickly open the door, quickly open the door. Oh. I'm live still, my flower guy is calling me. Quickly. So this is how Tara receives worship through Nivritti Marg, Vam Marg. No, open through there, it can't come up. Open that. Alright? This is the true story of why Vashisht, the revelation that hit Vashisht, he's calling me, man. Just go down, otherwise he's calling me. So this is the real reason, okay? Now, through Dakshinachara, through Pavitri Marg, you cannot appease Neela Saraswati, alright? Now, why does Neela Saraswati or Tara, why does she reside in a crematorium or a smashan? This is clearly explained in Neela Tantra. She is the fire that burns in the funeral pyre. The great liberator is she. She is the Atman in the Deha, which is always left over, right? So even when you are burning, cremating a dead body, what is left over? Forget the ashes and all, ultimately you have to do last rites and also immerse the ashes. But what is left over? The Atman. Alright? And that is the Uchishta path. That is the path of Uchishta Matangi or Uchishta Ganapati. That is the path. Okay? When everything is destroyed, even when Mahapralaya comes, that is when she and Uchishta Ganapati, as two polarities of male female, are left over, or Utkrishta. The actual word in Sanskrit is not Uchishta, it's Utkrishta. It is what is left over. Alright? Now, when we come to so I'm going to do another video. Not today, maybe tomorrow, because tomorrow is also Thursday, when I will be showing you how to do the Charan Seva, Charan Jugal Seva. Alright? Now, for prep, I'll get everything and I'll actually show it to you. Instead of just telling you, I think showing it to you might be quite effective. Neela Saraswati reminds us, like the Smashan, that reality is ephemeral, it's evanescent. The only thing that is permanent is she. It's not us. It's not our body, not our soul, yes, because our soul is she. So therefore, Neela Saraswati Sadhana, Kriya, Prayog propels our personality to seek our higher selves, the Atman, the Utkrishta, the indestructible. In fact, you are Neela Saraswati, Uchishta Ganapati, Tara, Lalita, Tripura, Sundari, and this is the secret of the sadhana. This is what is realized. One beautiful song again, Amar Chetona Chaitanya Kore De Ma Chaitanya Moi. That means awaken my consciousness. Chetona is my conscious self. Chaitanya Kore De Ma Chaitanya Moi. For she brings consciousness. তোর ভাব সাগরে ভেসে আমি হব মা তোর পদাশ্রয়ী. And Tara has a very close connection with boats, because she's Tarini. She's the one ferrying us through the turbulence of the samsara. You know, the samsara is like a sea, and it's always it's scary actually if you're out on the sea and there's a storm. And you know, in our lives there's always a storm. It is she that ferries us to safety. So I had told you Tara is our savior, very simply put. Tarini, Bhavatarini. Pratyalida pade ghore mundamala pashovite. Khadve lambodari bhime ugratara namostute. Standing in the Pratyalida pose, wearing the garland of skulls, holding the crescent sword, having a single braid. O mighty goddess, I pray to you, I serve you, I pay my obeisance to you, O great Neela Saraswati. Beautiful actually. Many people are confused about Tara and Kali. Who is Tara? Who is Kali? You know, what is the difference? Kali is a more primordial side of Shakti. Electromagnetic energy is Kali. Whereas Tara is Shabda Brahman, the Adya Spanda, that starts as a vibration. So she's very, very kind, very sweet goddess. She was adopted by the Vajrayan tradition. and the Ashtataras they made into different color, blue tara, green tara, red tara and all that they did. But remember, Tara has been worshipped from time immemorial by Shakta Tantrics, from time immemorial. She is that one form of the goddess that resonates very closely with Bengalis because, Tara Sadhana, Tara Peeth is in Bengal, a place I have been many times. I would love to live there though, and go to the smashan, do sadhana at night, have a little chamber where people can come, go to the temple, take people. Again, dreams. But it's definitely a dream worth living. I'd love that. Love to go back to Bengal and go back to Tara Peeth and take a little house. It's not that expensive. I live in the most expensive city in Bharat, so it could be good for me. I don't know, but doesn't look like it'll happen. But it could be a good story. I'm a storyteller, so I always think of story. Hey! No, shadow. Okay. So no, please, no. So, and interestingly, the word Tara originates from three. Three is the Sanskrit root, which means to take across, to ferry across. Alright, three. And obviously, with Neela Saraswati and Tara Sadhana, if you're in the most mundane way, like for Grahasthas, it's fully dark, man. It's fully dark. Yeah, turn it this way. Okay. So, where were we? Completely forgot. Yeah. So she ferries her devotees across rivers, oceans, mountains, difficult situations, emergencies, which is why the worship of Tara and Neela Saraswati can actually stop all kinds of, sudden complications showing up in your life. Like suddenly, be it legal or, physical or something like that, you can hold that. I do teach Tara workshops. For those of you interested, you can drop me a text and you can join our WhatsApp group on Uchishta Ganapati +917030258060. And you can join us. My dog almost kicked my tripod, but. And another thing, I am doing puja for everybody. It's a group puja, so if you're interested, you can also be a part of the puja. It's $11 donation per day. So you may pick a day or 2 days or 3 days or however you want to do it, you can do it. Also another Tara, Tara, another meaning of Tara in Bengali is star. Also in Hindi it's star. So Tara is a guiding light. The North Star, the guiding light. She shows us the right direction. So Neela Saraswati Sadhana gives you the right direction. If you are perplexed, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know where to go next, Neela Saraswati Sadhana is definitely a very good pointer that this is your path now. This is where you need to go. So, that very pleasurable sadhana, I can tell you. It's deeply fulfilling. So many things that are happening in my life that are very, very difficult, especially because I have an animal, my kitten, my kitty, and she's not well at all. And as I've been taking care of her for over like 21 days now, you know, and it's been really devastating. But in every single moment, I have seen manifestations of her. Every single moment I have felt the presence of Shakti pulsating within me, through my tears, through my sadness, through my sorrows. Such deep inspiration, such deep sense of empathy and a sense of, you know, wanting to serve, wanting to help. This is when you know your sadhana is going in the right direction. When you open up your soul, okay, when you open up your soul and you're ready to help, to love, to care, because everything is Tara. Even death is Tara. You embrace death, for even death is Tara. So, and therefore, I guess that's pretty much it. It's been a long video. I mean, I don't want it to take it 2 hours, but I think 1.5 hours is quite nice. Now, tonight, of course, just right now, I'm going to start the puja, and thanking all those people who donated. In fact, this was the vastra that was offered to the Devi in yesterday's puja. Tritiya puja is today, and then starts Chaturthi. Chaturthi, of course, Uchishta Ganapati puja will happen tomorrow during Navratri, Uchishta Ganapati. And if you're interested to be a part of that Uchishta Ganapati and Uchishta Matangi puja, then do drop me an email. And I got a beautiful copper plate, again a gift from a student. Look at that. I was just cleaning it, and then I will sanctify it. And then I'm going to move. I've got my old same one, but it's not so lustrous. Do you see that? It's solid, very thick, very heavy. Pretty amazing. Also very interesting offerings. I am giving lemon every single day. In fact, my flowers came just that big, a bag of flowers every single day for both of them. And now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to dress them, Abhishek, Charan. In fact, I think, no, I want to do the Charan Seva video tomorrow, because it's Thursday, so it looks like a good day to release the Charan Jugal, Padya Jugal Seva. But yeah, if you're interested to get one Charan Jugal like this for yourself of mine, then you can always drop me a text. Very good for Tratak also, to center your concentration on the Devi. You don't need a Vigraha. Everybody cannot keep a Vigraha. So a picture, you don't need a huge picture either. Chotu sa picture, or you can get a yantra and Charan Jugal. But Charan Jugal must be kept like for Seva, which on a copper thing like this. And you do Abhishek, of course, with that, with all the things that I said. Panchamrit, which is milk, honey, curd, sugar, and jaggery, or Ganga Jal. Okay, so Panchamrit you can do, or you can also do with honey only. You can do with Alta. Alta one I'll show you tomorrow. It's very interesting actually. Alta is that red liquid that Bengalis use. I used it on my hand once when I was doing a video, if you remember. Hey! And Tara's connection to Jupiter is very profound, and I cannot talk about Jupiter without showing you my baby boy. My baby boy. He's Jupiter. I mean, I actually had a black cat. He died, and he was my Saturn. And his name is Damru, by the way. Damru, Damru, dum da da dum dum da da dum Damru, dum Damru, dum dum da da dum dum da da dum Damru dum. Now there is another video that I do want to make actually, where I want to discuss with you Tara Kavach. Tara Gayatri, I already told you. If you're not Dikshit, don't use Humkar, just use the rest. Okay, but then there's so many nice things actually to talk about. Tara Stotram is there, Tara Kavacham is there. Um, Purascharashang Laksha Jap. That is there. That's also another text. There's a lot of stuff there. Tatothargha sthapanang atha shodantarang. Lot of Tara texts are there actually. Lot of Tara texts are there. And there is the Tara Kavacham is very powerful. Even by reading it, Tara Chamanang. But they're quite big, you know. So if I start reading them, Rudra Nyas is also taught. That's quite interesting. Shiv Shakti Nyas is taught in different levels, not in the beginning. Lokpal Nyas, Griha Nyas, Tara Nyas, Tara Chogra Mahogra Cha Vajrakali Saraswati Kameshwari Cha Chamunda Ityashto Tarani Mata Sarvadyo Tarani Varanang Samucharya Kramena Tu. So it's quite long, but it's very, very interesting actually. Very, very interesting. Mula Dharita Sha Sha Sa Ha La Kha Chamundai Namaha. This is Tara Nyal. Very, very, very interesting stuff. I do teach all of that to the advanced levels of Tara sadhaks. Tara Stotram is very, very interesting. I'll read to you 2 lines. Matar Neela Saraswati Pranamatang Saubhagya Sampada Prate Pratyalida Padasthite Shavahridi Smarananam Bhoruhe Fullendi Varalochanatraye Yute Karatri Kapalutpale Khadgancha Dadati Twameva Shadanang Twamishwari Masraye. It's very nice. Maybe I will do it because I read the Tara Stotram every day. It's very, very fulfilling practice. Tara Kavach, very, very fulfilling also. And you know, as I said, that the subject is so vast. When you get into it, it's endless. It's endless. Can you pass me my flowers? I just want to show them all my flowers. It's there. So now all these flowers will be taken, they will be immersed. This is from my own, and these are today's puja flowers. This is from my own plant. I picked up a few plants the other day. Aparajita flowers are not coming. I picked up an aparajita. But this sweet yellow hibiscus keeps coming. It's in fact so nice. It's so nice. I love it. And I just saw it bloom in front of me, you know. It's quite an experience anyway. So there she is, about to get ready now for the next round of pujas of today. And today's vastra that she's going to receive is also gorgeous. And interestingly, the malas are not going bad. So I've got 108 pan leaves mala. I've got bel patta mala, which is so amazing. 108 bel pattas strung together. Then I've got this lemon mala. And then after that, what I'm going to do with the lemon mala is I'm going to make a big string with the 11 lemon malas. So I'm going to make a big string and put it outside my front gate. So for all the eclipse energies and all of that, you know, it's really good. And pan is a really good, you know, pan brings in a lot of auspicious energies. So the pan mala is just so amazing, and I have kept her Bhairav Akshobhya. I worship my lingam now during this Navratri as Akshobhya Bhairav, and so Akshobhya Bhairav has to get puja before and after, and of course Ganpati to start off with always. So I do my whole Uchishta Ganpati ritual, and then I'm going to start with my Neela Saraswati ritual. No, after that will be Bhairav. First one mala of Bhairav, then one mala of Mahadev, and then I will be doing her mantra jap, many malas. I do 108 malas during Navratri, and how do I keep count is very interesting. These are all my puja things that I'm keeping here. Again, much to the dissatisfaction of my husband. He's like, please don't keep your puja things on our table. But I'm going to move them somewhere. Maybe get a little cabinet, I don't know. I want to get a sweet little plant, but hopefully my cats don't destroy it. So one clove, right, is one mala. So here I've already collected 108 cloves for today's puja, and with each mantra ucharan, with each mala, I will hold a clove with Shukri Mudra, and I will do this, not the 54 mala, 108 mala, and then I will offer that clove. Like that, you see there's so many cloves here, all 108 cloves are at the bottom over here, all neatly laid out. So that's how it goes, and after her puja is finished, and of course before that we'll have Charan Seva, Vigraha Seva, all of that. And then after that, finally when we end it, again I have to do Akshobhya Bhairav's puja and jap, and then finished. Dandavata pranam, and then finished. But yeah, getting the flowers, I'll show you maybe a little bit. Very beautiful. It's very expensive, this whole thing of Navratri. So it's been a huge help for those that donated. And if you want to be a part of the puja, you can always donate just 11 USD, and you can be a part of this. So this is what the bale. Hibiscus goes dark very quickly, and the humidity in the air, oh my god, this is what the bale leaf mala looks like. 108, this is what it looks like. And then it'll obviously be consecrated with mantra. So all of that is not even done. It'll be consecrated with mantra, and all of that takes a really long time. Let me show you the pan one maybe. It looks very pretty. There's something nice, hey, no, son, Pips. Pretty. It's got really good vibes, this one, the pan leaf one. And this whole Navratri, I'm going to be offering them pan leaf. I'm also under my Buddha Mahadasha. So yes, the lemon mala is very cute. It's not that big. Those are 108s, by the way. Lemon mala I kept small, 11s only. So like that, 11. It's quite cool actually. Imagine me wearing this. Alright, the lemon mala, that's quite nice. Now let me show, there's a lot of flowers that have to be picked out. And this is the gajra. That is jasmine. Mogra I think. Mogra. Yeah. It's got a beautiful smell. And you can keep this on the hair. That's what the ladies are. I'm not going to touch it to my hair, but oh my god, it's beautiful. Lots to do now. So let me show you guys the hibiscus, the main offering of her. the hibiscus. Again, each flower will be, firstly they'll be washed with Ganga Jal, consecrated, and then I have the loose jabas that I will be putting everywhere. It's quite a lot of work if you ask me. Then there's this, which oftentimes I use as Ganapati's headdress, but I've been giving this to Ma Neela Saraswati as her necklace. It's gorgeous. You've got to see this. Look at that. Yeah, there. It's a necklace. I mean, like a dress for her. That she's gonna now get into after she's cleaned and bathed and charan seva and all of that is done. And then, of course, I have my other malas and Uchishta Ganapati stuff and tons of work to do now. So thank you for joining me. This discourse has been interesting. And also, now I'm lighting Akhanda Diya. So it's on all the time. And all the time it's on. So I have to start, this one's gone off, so I have to start again. And I mean, usually with Akhanda Diya, it's maybe it goes off for 15 minutes and then I'll put it back on, right? And then it'll be on for like about 12 hours or 13 hours, and then maybe it'll go off for like 15 minutes, and then again I'll have to clean it up and light it with Deepam Samskar, okay? So like that. It's been interesting this Navratri, and it's been very fulfilling. A lot of sadness, a lot of, grief to see an innocent animal suffer, to see so much pain, to was kind of missing my mom also, wanted to go back to Calcutta and partake in Durga Puja, but it wasn't meant to be. But I'm really happy that I get to do this. This is what I love doing, and this is what I really want to do. And I'm so glad I get to do this, and I get to be myself, and I get to be her priestess, get to have this connection with them. And it's been very fulfilling, very, very, very deeply fulfilling. And I want to thank all of you that are part of this journey, my students, my clients. Remember, I will always love you as my own child. And it's not about age here. It's not about age. It's about the feeling. And all my students are my children, all of you. So much love this Navratri. I don't know when I will be able to come live again. It's so much work, so much to do, but I mean, one day, hopefully, when things calm down a bit. As you see all the time, someone's coming, someone's going, my daughter, my husband, it's always like that. So let's see when I can come live again. But be rest assured that I miss you, that I miss being on this platform. I miss talking about the things that I love, the things that I do. Today I wanted to show you guys all these things, and it worked out so beautifully. In fact, I have got ghee cow milk today, also fresh ghee cow milk, and ghee cow curd, and also ghee cow ghee, clarified butter. So I could do the Charanjugal video today also, but let's see, I don't know. Rest, talk soon. Thank you, and dear Sadhana, and please consider becoming a member of the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and click that little notification button on the side so you know when I post. And I'm quite erratic with posting, but if you feel close to her, if you feel close to me, if you treat me as your ma or your didi, or however you look upon me, if you want to know what I have to say, then click on that little notification bell, and you'll get all my updates and you'll be the first, who knows, maybe to watch this video, my video, not this, the videos that I upload. So see you. It's fantastic being here, and that's why I guess I'm kind of reluctant to leave, but all good things must come to an end, and I have at least 4-5 hours of work now, at least, okay, good 2 hours of prep, okay, good 2 hours of prep, and no food, of course, 2 hours of prep, and then the puja starts for like 4 hours. I'll be in touch on the group. If you have not joined my group, please do join. +91 7030258060 is my WhatsApp number. And I know I have a group on Telegram, but I have not been able to keep up with that because this is so much to do, honestly, and it's been hard for me. So yeah, thank you and speak soon.